To snap back into a positive or an optimistic mindset in the time of a crisis. You switch on the news channel or open the newspapers or just in your WhatsApp, Facebook, or on the social media channels that you are listening to. Everywhere there is negativity, fear, uncertainty. It seems like there is no end. But one thing to remember is that whatever you read, whatever stories that are happening out there, the story that will affect you is the story that you tell yourself about the stories that you are hearing. That means you still own the story that you are telling yourself, because that nobody else can do. They can tell all the stories you want. You can tell different stories about the stories that are being told to you. I'm not saying that you should be in a bubble, but there's a better way of looking at it. For that, I have to introduce a couple of distinctions. One is called the defining moment. A defining moment is one where something happened, there's an inflection point happened, and there is a trajectory shift happens from that time onwards to take you to an amazing place. Like every successful person, most of them, almost every one of them would have one or more defining moments in their life where they some flip happened, and after that their trajectory shifted, and then they became what they are today. If you ask them to recollect those defining moments, usually I would say 99% of the time, they will say that it was something very challenging, some tough situation, some unfortunate incident that happened, and then at that moment, whatever they told the story to themselves, something clicked there, and then the trajectory shifted towards the positive. If you go and ask them, did you know that this was the defining moment that you were going through? Most of them will say no. I didn't know that. At that time I thought it was impossible. I'm going to give up. I don't know whether I will succeed, all sorts of negative things. But once it happened and they reach some place, they can look back and find those defining moments. So now what if we use this information and play a game with ourselves in a positive way? So we had to do some time travel. Imagine you are 10 years ahead from the time today where many people are facing a crisis. And then you look back to today and said, this was the defining moment that changed the trajectory of my life, career, or business. Which means if you come back now, whatever you are facing is a new distinction, which is defining moment in the making. The defining moment is being formed. If you look at the crisis as a defining moment in the making, suddenly your mood shifts to the positive and optimistic way, because you know that whatever way you will grow during this crisis period, that will make the this moment the defining moment, and that will change the trajectory of your life, career, or business to take you to an amazing place.